there was a place where only dwarfs lived. Long ago, before roads and metal, there was a hidden land deep inside the forest. It was called Langa. Only dwarfs lived there, short people with strong arms and sharp minds. They built their homes under the roots of big trees. They farmed low crops, hunted small animals, and shaped tools from stone, bone, and wood. Their stories told only of their kind. No one in Langa had ever seen a tall human. They didn't even believe such a thing could exist. But in their old folk tales, there were stories of giants who lived far above the hills, tall ones who could see over mountains and speak to thunder. No one had ever seen one. It was just a story. Until the day Akilo went to the river. He was alone carrying his small calabash and sponge. He walked through the thick morning mist. The river was quiet, but as he stepped closer to the bank, he stopped. Something large was lying at the edge of the water. It was a body, a woman, but not like any woman he had ever seen. Her legs were long like palm trunks. Her arms stretched far beyond his reach. Her skin glowed softly in the light. Her chest rose and fell. She was alive, but she was too big to be real. Akilo turned and ran. The village gathered quickly. Elders, warriors, children. They came with spears and weapons. No one made a sound when they saw her. She looked fragile despite being so big. They just stared. She was breathing, though weakly. Her clothes were torn. Her hair matted with mud and leaves. She looked like something the gods had dropped by mistake. Some said she was bad luck. Others said that the gods were speaking. But still, they couldn't just leave her there. So they tied ropes to their strongest cart, and two of the most powerful men, Bula and Negero, dragged it to the river. With great effort, they lifted the giant woman onto the cart, her arms dangling off the sides like fallen branches. Slowly, they pulled her back into the village. She was placed inside an old abandoned barn, where the roof was tallest. Guards were posted and food was left near the door. For 2 days, she did not move. Children ran past the barn, screaming. Some cried in their mother's arms, afraid she would rise and trample them. The elders met every night. Some wanted to send her away. Others said she must be protected, for such a being might carry a message from the gods. On the 3rd day, she stood up. She spoke, and to their surprise, she spoke their tongue. She said her name was Noma. She didn't know how she came to the riverbank. Her last memory was of running from the chaos. Her eyes held sorrow. She said her kind once lived in peace and harmony. But over time, greed crept in. The thirst for power grew among leaders. Small disputes turned into battles, and soon, a great war broke out. It raged for many years, burning their lands and burying their people. She may be the last of her kind. She had been hiding, surviving, running. The villagers were shocked. They had never believed the old stories, and now one was standing before them. Life in Langa changed. Some villagers kept their distance. Others grew angry that such a creature lived among them. Children hid behind trees. They feared her footsteps, her voice, her shadow. Even when she bent low to smile, they ran. But not everyone feared her. Akilo began to visit her. He would bring roasted yams. He told her about their ways, their stories, their fears. She listened, and in return, told him more stories of the giants. The children would sometimes sneak close to hear those stories. They didn't run anymore. Still, not all hearts were soft. Some believed her presence would bring destruction. Others felt she didn't belong. One night, someone threw a burning stick at her hut. It didn't catch, but the message was clear. Not all wanted her there. Could a giant woman live among dwarfs? Could peace truly grow between those born so different? No one knew the answer,